The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it. Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. Blessings, kings and queens. Today is February the 2nd, 2026, and our subject for this video is Gate 13, Narrative, the Fellowship of Man, the Gate of the Listener. Listen, you guys, don't want to go anywhere because I'm about to drop some gems, some knowledge, some wisdom, so stay tuned. This is Human Design Through the Cosmos, where divine design becomes embodied wisdom. Okay, guys, I have 6 key points that I want to discuss with you in this video. Number 1, we want to deep dive into our transit Gate 13 of the G Center. Number 2, our challenge for the week, while we collectively experience Gate 13's energy. Number 3, our journal questions. Write them down, meditate on them, take a walk with them, or even discuss them with your friends. Number 4, our affirmations to help empower us, deepen our faith, and trust in ourselves while navigating this energy. Number 5, our emotional freedom technique. This helps to break habitual programming that society has conditioned us to accept. And number 6 is our bonus. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned to the very end. I'm looking for my people. I'm looking for my tribe. I'm looking for those like-minded individuals who are on what I'm on. And since you've landed yourself in this video, that means you're on what I'm on. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future human design exploration study videos. Before we deep dive, I want you guys to grab your journals, grab your blankets, grab a cup of tea or beverage of your choice, and grab your charts. If y'all don't have your charts, I have listed a few websites that you can go to get your chart for free. So right here, if you're looking at your body graphs and you're saying to yourself, I don't have Gate 13 defined in my chart, that is okay. Because for the next 5 days or so, we are collectively transiting this gate, and so its energy is available to all of us because we are transiting it. Otherwise, the way that you'd be able to get Gate 13's energy is by going into a person's aura who has Gate 13 defined. You're probably looking at the screen and saying to me, Faith, how do I know who has Gate 13 defined? Well, you wouldn't unless they told you. But the way to sort of kind of figure that out is by going to a public place, like a mall, a library, a gym, or any public place of that nature, and then possibly someone defined would come into your aura. I do have Gate 13 unconsciously defined in my chart. Gate 13 can be found in the G Center. It connects to the throat center via Gate 33. Together, they create a channel called the Channel of the Prodigal. We will discuss the Channel of the Prodigal in a later video. We have discussed Gate 33, and I will leave a link to that video in the description box. In the Gate 7 video, we have discussed the G Center and its correspondencies to the heart chakra in the Hindu chakra system, as well as to Tiphareth in the Qabbalistic Tree of Life, and I will leave a link to that video in the description box as well. Gate 13 is the gate of narrative. Its archetypical name is the sounding board. This gate falls under the sign of Aquarius. It lives in the sensing circuit, and it is a projected gate type. Its human design definition is this: universal ideas and values in an ordered framework which inspires humanistic cooperation. With Gate 13, you use the strength of personal narrative to create with power and intention. This is purpose fulfilled through the mind. On the positive end of the pole, Gate 13 is the energy for listening to others' secrets while holding the energy of forgiveness. Gate 13 believes that everyone needs someone who can listen with empathy, compassion, and grace. It feels deeply connected to others by listening to their stories, experiences, and challenges. On the opposing end of the pole, Gate 13 is the energy for being people's dumping ground for their secrets, challenges, and darkness. And it can struggle with an unwillingness to forgive and hold on to anger, blame, and resentment. The keys to raising the frequency of Gate 13 is to, number 1, tell the truth without rehearsing it. Gate 13 is distorted when you over-edit your stories for approval. Clarity is returned to the story when you speak the truth from presence and not performance. Number 2, release the version of the story that kept you safe. Survival narratives have served a purpose in the past. When you take authorship to the narrative instead of protecting it or defending it, you can raise Gate 13's frequency. Number 3, listen before you narrate. Gate 13's energy is more powerful when it can gather wisdom through watching and not reacting. You can gain a more powerful story when silence precedes the narrative. Number 4, stop reliving what no longer needs retelling. Repetition is not integration. Stop telling stories that no longer serve you. Let the memory be refined by meaning and not the retelling just for the sake of something to tell. And number 5, speak as the one who has lived through it, not as the one still inside it. Narrative matures with distance and compassion. So you have survived the story, and there's some distance between you and the event, and now you have compassion for the lesson learned. The energy now becomes sovereign because you are no longer seeking a hero. You have become the hero of the story. When people talk, listen completely. Most people never listen. Ernest Hemingway. What I've come to understand is that wisdom lives in listening and not narrating. I no longer feel the need to explain myself in real time or turn every experience into a story while I'm still inside of it. Observation has become my superpower, and silence has become my protection. Distance has given me clarity. I've released the habit of telling stories from survival, victimhood, or emotional immediacy. Story time, or I got some tea for you, or I'm just getting my feelings out. Most of it is just noise. And a lot of people do this because they are afraid of silence. They are afraid to listen. I don't hide anymore, but I also don't overshare. I wait until something has completed itself, come full circle, before I speak on it. I tell my story once I've lived through it, not while I'm still bleeding inside of it. Because once you're out of the trauma, the dramatic situation, you gain clarity and perspective in reflection. I've learned that authorship means timing. It means knowing when to be quiet, when to witness, and when to speak. It also means allowing others to tell their own stories instead of assigning them roles or narrating their journeys for them. I no longer let people define my narrative, and I no longer feel responsible for defining theirs. Gate 13 has taught me that reflection is more powerful than reaction, that presence is more magnetic than explanation, that sovereignty comes from knowing that my story is safest when it's held by me until I decide that it's time to share. We are challenged this week to forgive the past and redefine who you are each and every day, to tell a personal narrative that is empowering, self-loving, and reflects your value in your authentic self, to bear witness to the pain and the narrative of others, and offer them a better story that allows them to expand on their abundance and blessings. Listen, I am not an expert by any means. I am an initiate just like y'all. So while y'all are studying with me, I'm studying with y'all. So if any part of this human design study resonates with you, I want you to go ahead and let me know by telling me a personal story of empowerment of your own down in the comments. Just let me know that you're here. Now it's your turn to think about Gate 13. Get those pens and journals ready to write down these journal questions. What stories about my past am I ready to release because it no longer reflects who I am today? Where in my life have I been repeating a narrative that was shaped by survival instead of truth? What parts of my story deserve to be honored rather than judged or hidden? How does my narrative change when I speak from awareness instead of emotion? What is the truest, most loving story I can tell about myself right now? If you've made it this far, I know by now you are feeling me. So let me get that high five, or that thumbs up, or that comment of empowerment down in the comments. It really does help the channel. If you have any questions, go ahead and also leave me one down in the comments. If you leave a comment or a question in the first few days of the premiere of this video, I'll be sure to answer you right away. We only have a few more points to go until we get to the bonus, so hang in there with me. If you are following along in the transcript, affirm with me. The story I tell shapes the life I live. I choose to speak from truth, compassion, and self-respect. Each day, I consciously rewrite my narrative in alignment with who I am becoming. My voice has purpose, and my story serves the greater good. I'm still working in the Shadow Workbook Journal, and I want to add a couple of action steps to the EFT. While reciting the EFT, take 2 or 3 fingers. Tap the top of your head, eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, chin, collarbone, or under the arm. Our emotional freedom technique goes a little something like this. Even though I'm afraid to speak my truth, I now share the truth from my heart, and I trust that I am safe. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Our Earth bonus is passing through Gate 7. Collaboration. Make a list of all the times when your influence has positively directed and impacted leadership and important ideas. Stay open to working in teams or groups. Find support and encouragement in collaboration with others this week. Kings and queens, let's remember to treat our bodies well. If we take care of our bodies will take care of us. Let's eat well, rest well, drink 8 glasses of water every day. Let's exercise at least twice a week. Let's meditate and journal in the morning when we wake up. And let's visualize and journal at night before we go to bed. Listen, I really appreciate you for joining me on this deep dive of Gate 13 narrative. I realized that you could have been anywhere else in the world. I realized that you could have been doing anything else in the world. But you chose to spend your time here with me in this video. And believe me, guys, that choice doesn't go unnoticed. I thank you. Remember to do your own thing. Remember to be your authentic selves. And for those of you who are already doing their own thing and being their authentic selves, thank you for being you. Peace.
Crown me God, crown me King. You can crown me Lord of anything. But one thing you better know about me. Watch me act a fool about me.